Hey, what's going on? Coming at you from Chicago, Illinois. So the theme of this video is going to be just the whole toxic, overjudgment, overcriticism, a lot of these vicious, a lot of these negative comments, especially online. So I'm just going to shed a little bit of light on that. And I'm going to be talking about these two individuals that were interviewed. I'm just going to quickly quote them from their interviews. But before I get into that, just a really quick, boring story. I'm telling you this quick, boring story because it kind of inspired me, kind of led to this creation of this video. So anyways, in the not too distant past, I was driving on the expressway here in Chicago, and so I decided to we have here in Chicago, there's the main expressway, the main multiple lanes, and then we also have in the middle, like, traffic is obviously going one way and then traffic's going the other way, but in the middle they have this thing called express lanes. So I decided to merge onto the express lane, and as I was merging, apparently this guy, he was going to be merging off, and he didn't like the fact that I was apparently merging onto the express lane, so he decided to sit on his horn. And then everything happened so quickly, I don't really remember, but I think I might have merged to the left to kind of get away from this guy, and I think he merged with me, and then I don't know, I saw him in the rear view, and he almost like slammed his brakes to try to prevent himself from rear-ending me, and then he just quickly got off the express lanes. But anyways, the whole point is that the whole situation of him sitting on his horn and all of this nonsense was just so unnecessary. He could, just the whole climate of this world, this life that we're living is just it's one of hostility, impatience, and as I'm going to talk about, just over criticism, over judgment. So that's what I want to talk about here. I'm going to be discussing this YouTube channel called Soft White Underbelly. For those of you guys who don't know what that channel is, it's run by a man named Mark Leda. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, but this guy, he interviews all kinds of people. He can interview homeless people, drug addicts, sex workers, maybe all three of them at the same time. Just a whole range of different kinds of people. And so I'm going to discuss this specific video. It's called Crystal Meth Addict Interview Roman Follow-Up. So this video, it was posted not too long ago, maybe like about a month ago. And just to give you some quick context, Mark had done an interview with Roman about 2 years ago. And in that video, it wasn't a solo interview. It was him and his girlfriend. His girlfriend at the time named Jessica. And so it's pretty apparent that between that time frame, within the 2 years, Roman had looked at his video and saw some of the people had commented on that video with him and his girlfriend, and he was obviously upset about what he had read online. So before I quote this Roman individual, I don't want to get into his background, I'm also going to be talking about another individual named O'Reilly. I don't want to get into their backgrounds. Both of these individuals have a lot of facial tattoos. I don't want to get into whatever symbolism that they could possibly mean. I just want the focus of this video to be just looking at them as just human beings, created human beings who have the potential to change. So now I'm going to go ahead and quote what Roman said in this follow-up interview. He said, I did definitely wanted to come on here to clarify about the narcissist comments and the nasty things that were said about me. It was really hurtful. It hurt my feelings. And it hurt my family's feelings. Jessica's families and Jessica. Jessica was flabbergasted at the comments that were being made. She's like, you're not even like that. Why are people being like that? Why are people saying that? And then this is just one random comment that a commenter had made on this specific video. This person said, the last thing this man needs is negative, judgmental comments by negative, judgmental people. Lift him up with your words. Keep your head up, brother man! Exclamation mark. God bless you! Exclamation mark. So that was that individual. Now I'm going to discuss really quickly from this video called Stripper Interview O'Reilly. And this interview also came from this channel, Soft White Underbelly. And this is what this woman had to say at the end of her interview with Mark. She says, don't ever judge somebody. Don't ever tell somebody they can't be something. Don't sit there and say because you look one way you can't do something, because I've more than proved that I can do anything and be anything, even looking like this. So I say peace and love every day. I say it to everybody. I talk it, I speak it into existence. I don't speak negativity into the world. I don't hate on anybody. So I would say we all need to be kind to one another, and everyone just needs to be nice, because this world can be so cruel. And then this is what random commenter had to say on this video, on this woman. This person said, such a beautiful human. O'Reilly's heart is made of gold. She's just so sweet. Be kind, people. Don't judge. We all deserve to be loved. So there was definitely a lot of negativity posted on these videos online. It's a shame, because at the end of the day, these are still human beings. And I think a lot of it was just unnecessary, but at the same time, there was also people who saw the good in these people, and they wrote positive comments. So, thank God people were able to see the good in them. So that was that information from online. I'm going to jump right here to the Bible. This Bible, you can read this every day. And as I'm filming this video, it's April 19th. So I'm just going to read a little section underneath that date. And I'm going to be reading Luke 19. This is 45 through 48. And it says, then Jesus entered the temple, and began to drive out the people selling animals for sacrifices. He said to them, "The scriptures declare, 'My temple will be a house of prayer,' but you have turned it into a den of thieves." After that, he taught daily in the temple, but the leading priests, the teachers of religious law, and the other leaders of the people began planning how to kill him. But they could think of nothing because all the people hung on to every word he said. So what do I take away from all this information? I just want to read the last sentence from this scripture just really quickly. But the people could think of nothing because all the people hung on every word he said. So can you imagine what this world would look like if we spent more time following our Creator, following what he has to say, and how to go about treating people, how to go about worshiping our Creator, doing unto others as you would want other people to do unto you. This world would just, you wouldn't even be able to recognize this world. So that's basically what I take away from these sources of information. When it comes to the commentary online, we can't do anything about what other people post, whatever over judgmental, whatever over critical or vicious or negative comments that they make. We can only control ourselves and work on being less critical and less judgmental within our own beingness. So that's basically the message that I want to kind of get out in this video. I know for myself that I can be overcritical, but the good thing about making these videos, and in addition to some of the comments that have been made to the videos that I've made, I've been able to work on being less critical because it was pointed out to me that I can be overcritical, and I'm glad that people were able to point out that criticism, it may not have initially for me came across as constructive, but I try to turn it into constructive criticism. So if we can if we can do that, I think that would definitely it could definitely be more helpful than the overjudgment and the overcriticism, because I know that there are people that do bad things, and there are times where criticism is warranted and deserved, but it should be constructive, helpful, uplifting, things like that, not the unnecessary and the negative commentary. So just we should try to work on being more patient and more loving, because the truth of the matter is that we ourselves have done wrongs. So we cannot be jumping on people when they do something wrong. And I think if we work on that, if we work on ourselves, we will definitely have a reward in the end. So that was today's video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.